there's a difference between working hard and playing hard and hustling and competing. The special players know how to hustle and compete. So let's talk a little bit about that. And how do you teach someone as a coach to be a hustler and a competitor? And one of the things I tell players is, even though I say pretty early on that if the only way you lead is by example, you're a very poor leader, well, in order to be a leader, you must also lead by example. You got to bring it every day. If you want your teammates to follow you, you can't expect your teammates to follow you when you get on them and you're trying to get them to play hard, work hard, if you loaf half the time. If you show up late half the time, if you go through the motions half the time, you can't expect people to follow you and do what you're trying to tell them to do. You got to be the one that brings it every day. I heard Kevin McHale say one time, he was talking about Larry Bird, and he said that Larry takes away everyone else's excuse to not play hard. Because here's Larry Bird, one of the greatest players in the world, definitely the best player on the team, and he was the first one to practice every day. He was the last one to leave. He was always down on the floor for loose balls. He was always the hardest worker every single day. So what excuse did anyone else have on those great Celtics teams to not work hard when Larry Bird, the best player on the team, is setting the example every day? So if you want to be the leader of your team and you want to play on a team that hustles and competes, you got to set the standard in practice every single day. You got to set the standard for what it means to hustle. And hustling is not a sometimes thing. It's an all the time thing. Either you are or you're not. It's kind of like being pregnant. I mean, either you are or you're not. Either you're a hustler or you're not. I think a lot of players feel like they can turn it on and turn it off, but here's the thing you need to know. Even lazy, selfish athletes play hard in big games. That's not special. How hard do you play on a Saturday afternoon when you're scrimmaging the JV in practice? How hard do you play when you're playing the worst team in your conference that you're probably going to kill that night? How hard do you play in some drill that coach has you doing and you do it every single day, and as the season goes on it can get a little bit monotonous? Can you hustle in those situations? So either you're a hustler or you're not. It's not something that's a sometimes thing.